Big news this morning. Is this good news? Is this Halloween spooky news? DeAndre Hopkins is a Chief. A trade happened. I woke up to it. We're going to dig into it. All the top storylines around the league. Four-time Super Bowl champion Rob Gronkowski is with me this morning. Got a little surprise for him. Sometimes we like to do those here on the show. And I think we can all agree that Derrick Henry signing was a huge success for the Ravens. Are we underreacting to something that he is doing this year? We are, and I will dig in. All right, week 8, read it and weep. What do we got, Hamilton, before we get to this big news? And of course, we will take a look at this. Chiefs off a bye. They've got the Raiders. They got Vegas action this week. That'll be interesting to see if DeAndre Hopkins is involved. Wide receivers moving so hot right now. Amari Cooper, a Bill, Devontae Adams, a Jet. Jets facing the Patriots. Don't lose. Don't you do it. Don't you lose to those Patriots in Foxborough. Don't you freaking do it. Devontae Adams 3-1 against that squad. Oh, man. Where else do you think Hamilton is their unfinished business around the league?
Well, I'm looking at that Chiefs-Raiders game is going to be real interesting. Just obviously DeAndre, but also all the stuff that went on with the Patrick Mahomes doll and the Raiders. We know, with what we know about Patrick, he hasn't forgotten that, and his teammates haven't either. So I think that one's going to get chippy and fun. Can we get a little Colts Houston? Can we get something going there? You know, like this was what I lifted up and exalted and I posited was the big matchup, the rivalry that led this season. Can we get a little something going in that one? In Houston? Yeah, that is a massive game for the Colts, trying to stay in that playoff picture in the AFC, and the Texans coming off of a chippy loss as well. I think that one we're gonna get some chippiness on the field this weekend. That's what I'm predicting. Speaking of wide receivers, we sort of put this into the ether yesterday. Yeah. I think T. Higgins might be on our show this week. Let's go. Just could not be more excited. Like, love. Could not be more excited about what a tear he's on. Yeah, he's been incredible since he came back from that hamstring injury. A big part of why the Bengals offense has gotten it going lately. I also heard a rumor. Who's Seattle playing? Oh, Seattle's got Buffalo. Buffalo, yep. That's a big game for them. I have it on good authority. We might have a quarterback on our show. A Seattle quarterback, which I'd be so excited about. A little Geno action, love that. Can't wait to talk to him. So those are some guests on the show. We got Gronk today. We got a lot going on here. You just saw the slate. It kicks off on Thursday Night Football. We've got the Vikings at the Rams here at SoFi. We're bracing for the World Series. Hamilton, before we get going, LeBron, Bronny, anything I need to know? I saw the FanDuel signage in the background. Just a cool moment, and Schrift and I were actually talking this morning. Like, are we ever going to see a moment like that in the NFL? Obviously, careers aren't quite as long usually, but like maybe a kicker, maybe with quarterbacks, the longevity they're having lately, there's a chance. But Frank Gore almost made it. We almost saw Frank Gore and Frank Gore Jr. A better question: do we need to see it? I think it's fun. I'd like to see it. Tell me what happened. So they played a lot? Like, I saw the, are you ready? I loved that. I saw the Fruity Pebbles in the car. I saw that. But what happened in the game? I mean, the Lakers look great. Great early returns on J.J. Redick as the head coach. That's a lot of what I'm seeing is a lot of praise for him. I like it. And Lakers look really good so far, so we'll see. Okay, Kevin Durant, you guys. Yesterday, I didn't watch because I don't have. First of all, I know we have to get to the end. The games are too late. I want to be an NBA girly. I texted Hamilton at 9:30 p.m. my time. Like, I can't do NBA. Like, I can't even. These games are too late in the NBA. Old Lady Adams needs to go to bed and get some Z's here. I think I didn't watch it yesterday, but I thought about watching it, and then I didn't because I knew I'd get roped in and have anxiety and adrenaline. I wouldn't go to sleep. Yeah, I was not on the East Coast, not stand up for that Lakers game either. I checked it out this morning and saw everything that happened, and I was also depressed after what happened to the Knicks. So, Good luck to your Yankees. Calm down. So we'll get into all. It's fun. We got the sports equinox coming. That is like a fever dream for Matthew Hamilton. You see, he's so excited about that. Maybe we'll do a parlay. We'll talk about it. We've got Prop-A-Shot coming up with Gronk. Hopefully, I'm kicking his butt. I haven't looked. So it's Clippers. Kevin Durant's in Los Angeles this evening. We love to see it. First game, I didn't even know everything. Everything about the Clippers game?
Yeah, I just need to know what's going on. They're playing tonight. Okay, I'll learn about it.
Yeah, it's the debut of that new arena for the Clippers.
Oh yeah,
Should be
it
fun.
has. Nope. I just want to say, this is not how we should be starting our show. I know we have a blockbuster trade to get to with we're 5 minutes in with back-to-back Super Bowl champions going for round 3. I mean, the Chiefs are going to win, so we shouldn't even talk about the NFL. We should literally find other things to talk about. No, I'm not getting into this. This is not what I want to talk about. No, this is not what I want to talk about. Hamilton, get back on the camera, please. So sorry. We'll get to this. I belong in another time. I'm driving yesterday. I see a car. The car has no person in it. There's a whole thing going on. Like, I don't trust those Waymo cars. I get real uncomfortable around. There's too much like technology happening. The Elon robot trotting out thing that happened the other day. They're pouring beers better than I ever poured a beer at Nick's Pub in St. Louis at 3 in the morning. I belong in another time. And the Intuit Dome is just another step in knowing that I do not belong in this Jetsons world. I belong in the early 90s, okay? Give me Blossom, give me the 80s Three's Company, give me the Winslows, that's what I want, okay? I don't need any of this newfangled stuff, and Intuit is just not a place I'd ever feel comfortable in, I bet.
There are a few places I think you belong, and I'm going to be making some phone calls if you don't get to the DeAndre Hopkins trade soon. That's all I have to say about it.
Let's get to huge news, guys, to start the show this morning. Ian Rappaport, let's hit the animation again. Oh, no, I want to do it again. It was so good. Give me those helmets. Oh, my gosh. The control room doesn't listen to anything I say. Ian Rappaport reporting that the Titans are, in fact, trading DeAndre Hopkins to Kansas City. 5th-round pick in exchange. It could turn into a 4th, which is nice. Arms race in the AFC continues. I mean, it's the Chiefs' world. We're just living in it. Make no mistake. 6-0, schmix-0. Okay, this was a move Kansas City did need to make. This is not one of those rich people problems, embarrassing of riches things. It kind of is, but if they want to make the run at the three-peat legitimately, they've got to find ways to bolster what they've got, and they're finding ways to win. We can't credit Patrick and Andy and Spags enough for that, but having Noah Gray and Samaje Perine leading them in receiving, I don't know that it's amazing, and the fact that they're undefeated, insane, but it's not sustainable, right? And this is why you love Brett Veach and why he's such a G, okay? Because he's aggressive yet measured. He waits for the perfect time, but then he pounces for it. And he's not going to let this linger. Shout out to the Cranberries, a time that I should live in, time of the Cranberries in the 90s. It should be. He's not going to wait for it to become a bigger problem. He is someone he's not procrastinating, he's getting it done. And I think he probably grew up with a very secure childhood because he is just all over it all the time. And I do think that if you look at DeAndre Hopkins, I've been such a fan for such a long time. God, it'd be nice to get him a ring. It'd be so nice. He's got plenty left in the tank. He had the MCL injury in the offseason. Production's down a bit, but I think that had more to do with the situation. Situation, opportunity, a little luck, it all matters. He's still showing the ability to make contested catches in traffic. He's boxing out DBs for 50-50 balls, bullying his way into the end zone, and still making, just next-level grabs. Athletic plays that we've seen out of him. He's like this forgotten guy. Like I was thinking this morning, inconsistency at quarterback, not just in Tennessee, throughout his career. Like he had those great years with Deshaun Watson. And now you look back at those and it's like, was it Hopkins that got the best out of Watson? Did Watson truly fall off in this way? Did whatever? But Watson has to be the best quarterback that's ever thrown in the ball. Kyler Murray, of course, the potential has been there. But he went to bed last night with Levis and Rudolph as his quarterbacks, and he wakes up with Patrick freaking Mahomes. And I kind of love that for him because we haven't seen him with an insane quarterback consistently that's going to just lob him the ball. Patrick's never also really had this guy with this sort of skill set before him. So it's going to be sort of wild to see what happens. No more revolving door at quarterback. He gets Patrick. Lethal combo. Shouldn't be allowed in some world. I know he's faced Gronk a bunch, obviously not at the same time, but I'm curious to get his thoughts on what this means, how they'll use him out there for this Chiefs team that is, let's see, who do the Chiefs have? I just said this. Oh, Chiefs go to Vegas to take on the Raiders. A KC 9.5-point favorite, by the way, as of this morning on FanDuel Sportsbook. And, we took a peek at the slate, so we got that going. We've got Gronk on the show. We have so much happening. Our guy KD is playing tonight. Titans Rams, not Titans, Rams, Vikings, Rams kick it off tomorrow night. So we'll do some prop-a-shot with our guy. Tua, Hamilton returning?
Yeah,
Playing?
That's what it's sounding like. That's what it sounds like. He's going to be back at practice, expect to be back at practice today.
I love that. So there are three-point favorites in that one. Wishing him luck, them luck. Supporting Tua with whatever he wants, I think, is the important thing. Embracing him with whatever he's decided is best. Game of the day, I mean, Bears, Commanders, Washington, 1.5-point underdog. We don't know what's going on with Jaden. Please give me Jaden, Caleb. Don't rob me of this, okay? You've already given the entire NFL to Patrick Mahomes. Let's do something here. And then we got Cowboys, Niners. That's not super riveted, but I do like the idea of just like two people absolutely desperate for a win. Is it true? I have another guest for you before I know we have to go to break. Hamilton, is it true we might have Mike Tirico on the program tomorrow?
That is what I'm hearing. He's calling that Sunday night game.
Really?
That's going to be, yeah.
This is exciting. What a great...
It's a big week.
What a well-booked vibe going on. Yeah, Dallas, I remember saying, by the way, I remember saying in August, it'd be great to have Tirico this game. Can we get it? And then I got what I wanted, and it's like, is it what he wanted? Is it what anybody wanted? We'll see. Okay, we're going to do... There's a lot to unpack
there, too.
Yeah, we're going to take a break here. We have Gronk coming on the show. We've got Attaboys. I have an air horn and some cowbells. I don't know what's happening. We have Gronk on the program after this 4-time Super Bowl champion on the program. I will keep it tight with Gronk. It's important to we have to be Team KD here, though. We got to have that built into the program. I think I do. Going forward, I need who? Maybe it's somebody on our. I don't want to make you watch things because you have to do all these. I'm trying to think of who would be. Zach sounds like a good candidate for that. Just get me up. Zach can pop on. Just tell me what happened. Tell me what I need to know.
The KD updates.
Just like the state of the league updates. You know, we don't have Shams anymore.
Yeah. Yeah.
We got to. I need some sort of a. Yeah. Zach's really good at explaining it to me. That's you know what I mean? He's good at being well, let me put this into terms that you can understand. Okay, so no.
Zach's a basketball genius. Let's say, student manager at Arizona State. So he's got the inside, that inside insight.
I need it. I really need it. I'm sure he's dying that Geno Smith might be coming on our show.
Oh yeah,
Seahawks guy. Okay, so it's Clippers, Suns. Who doesn't have Kawhi Leonard?
The Clippers.
Okay. The Clippers. I went to a Clippers game last year.
Yeah.
And that Karl Towns guy wasn't playing.
Karl Anthony Towns, who's now Nick. Yep.
He was on the Minnesota team.
Yes, the Timberwolves.
With Ant-Man.
Yep. Look at you.
Look at me.
You got blamed for Kawhi Leonard getting hurt in that. Yeah.
There's a weird NBA culture with that.
Yeah.
I remember I went to the Lakers game and the same thing happened with Jordan Poole or whatever. Is he still playing?
I believe he's on the Wizards now. Is he still with the Wizards?
Yeah, we need Zach's rolling his eyes back there like you two. Freaking frack over here.
Yeah, he's a Wizard.
The games are too late. What time is this game? I don't know, but it's in LA tomorrow, so that'll be early, right? Do they have early games?
Yeah, they have early. The Knicks Celtics game was at 7:30 Eastern yesterday.
Yeah, Matthew Hart. Yeah, I know my NBA knowledge sucks. Suck it. Thank you for saying that. I appreciate it. Thanks for that. They didn't win a playoff game as the 6th seed last season. The Suns could be a bounce-back team if they stay healthy.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a lot of talent there.
Why are you laughing? Did you guys see, though, the FanDuel signage behind them?
I did, yeah. That was cool.
Yeah. And I just liked it. It's great.
The all-world tight end, the 6'7" freak. You can call me the GOAT. Rob Gronkowski. Touchdown!
Oh, my goodness.
Go.
Holy guacamole!
The greatest of all time. They call me GOAT.
My My next guest, a 4-time Super Bowl champion, a future Hall of Famer, host of the Dudes on Dudes with Gronk and Jules podcast. It's new and I'm enjoying it very much. Also, analyst for Fox NFL Sunday, Rob Gronkowski. How are you?
Let's go, baby. G.
Oh my gosh. No way.
I'm dead.
No way. You guys just got me good. I was literally ready to come in and be like, what's up, Kay? How you doing today on this wonderful Wednesday? And then all of a sudden, there's Laith just coming out of nowhere. Oh my gosh, my jaw dropped. You got me there. That was good. Congratulations, you two. That was well planned.
So Laith and I are best friends. This is, of course, Laith Wallschleger. Am I saying that correctly? Yes. I got to get it right. You were an absolute star. Welcome. Congratulations on all the success. Seriously, truly. I know we're joking. Like, what a time you are having. FX's American Sports Story, playing Gronk. You're playing another movie. We're going to get into it. But I would like to know how you two are friends. And Gronk was losing his mind right now.
I'm speechless right now. I was shocked. But we actually go way back because I'm pretty sure Dean is your cousin, right, Laith?
Yes, that's right.
So his cousin Dean, he played defensive tackle at the University of Maryland with my other brothers, Dan and Chris.
Okay.
They were there at the same time, so they became friends. And then after, I went through college and my brothers went through college, they were all still friends, and we just met up before and we all became friends then. So I've known Dean, which is Laith's cousin, for about, 15, 16 years. And then we met Laith through Dean, and we've been friends for like how long now, Laith? Have we known each other? Like 14 years or so now?
Yeah, almost 2 decades, man. It's been a good run, buddy.
Yeah, it sure has been. I would say our first time we ran into each other was probably at a party in Vegas. Definitely along those lines. And now we're all grown up. We don't do those things anymore, and now we help each other out in the real world to get better instead of trying to knock each other down and funnel 15 beers all over the weekend.
Believe it or not, my first time meeting Gronk was actually in Boston. Dean took me to a party there, and I remember helping you even back then. I carried you out gingerly out of a nice bar.
Yeah.
Tucked you in, buddy.
Do you know the
I've
bar?
carried you out a few times too, so watch what you say.
Laith, what is it like as a true method actor to take on the role of Rob Gronkowski? What is it like to take him on?
I tell you, getting into the mind of one Robert Gronkowski could be a very frightening thing for many actors, but I was up for the challenge. I knew I had a tall task ahead of me, but studying the mannerisms, the vocal patterns, that glorious laugh of his, it was truly a pleasure. It was really great.
Laith, you're getting out of hand.
Laith, what was the reaction? So you're filming these, it's if we just keep it in like a window, just you taking on Gronk, having to laugh like him, all of that. Were you surprised by the reaction it's gotten? And what are some of the stuff that you're hearing?
I'm very surprised because everyone on set was looking at me like I was a complete fool. like this guy is terrible. What is he doing? But it's been crazy to see the outpouring of it's all this praise and stuff. It's crazy. I can't believe it. And people have been blowing me up. I'm hearing from people I haven't heard from in like 20 years. It's nuts. So I hope I at least did you a shred of justice, my friend.
Hey, Laith, that's when you know you're starting to make it, man, is when people come out of the woodwork and they start hitting you up from 20 years ago that you never talked to in that long now. So congratulations, man. It's not, all this great attention right now is great, but it's what you do with it, Laith. So I'm excited to see your career keep blossoming and see what you do. And recently I seen that you're the Duracell guy now. What's going on with that?
That's a little project that's currently under wraps, but I think we'll be hearing some big announcements soon about that, especially during these holidays.
Oh, way to blow up his spot, Gronk. Here's I have a couple questions here. Laith, are you telling me that you 10 years ago or such, you picked up Gronk's entire body and dead weight, and walked him out of a bar?
Absolutely.
No way.
Yeah, I almost broke my back, but yeah, we got him home safe. That's a true friend right there.
Okay, that's what makes my career even more special, because back in the day when I was playing for New England,
Yeah.
I was probably carried out, I would say, of a bar probably 5 to 10 times in my career while playing for the Patriots. And to be that drunk and then to go out and perform on the football field, you got to be a special talent to be able to do that. So it makes my career that much more legendary, that's for sure. And Laith is here to justify that he was carrying me out.
I really thought, Rob, that he'd come on and there would be some, I thought this was going to be like drama, because last time we talked about Laith, you said he's too big time. And he's not answering your phone calls. He left my DM unread for like 7 weeks. And now he's clearly this star, has made some time for us, but has he answered your FaceTimes? Like, what's going on with that?
Oh, absolutely, Rob. I would never decline your phone call. I'm sorry. These days I'm working quite a bit. And so they got me working very long days. So I'm sorry if my responses are a little delayed.
You know, the roles have shifted as well. I'm actually Laith double now. Oh. So whenever Laith has a project going on, they call me to stand in for him.
Laith, what's the hardest part of playing Rob? What's the most challenging thing to nail?
Oh my! Definitely the voice. The voice was tough because he has this Buffalo accent, but also he's got a bit of a no offense, buddy, but it's like a lazy tongue with the way he speaks. So it was kind of like weird trying to play with the voice. I think I got close, but I don't know if it was perfect. But he is a specimen, I will tell you that.
Well, thank you, Laith. I appreciate that. But hey, Laith, why don't you show off some of your talent? So Laith has been doing some vocalizing skills over the last 15 years as well. And he's been trying to, getting into this industry for quite some time, and he's been on the low key. But Laith, do some of like those voiceovers of like introductions of players like coming out of the tunnel. Come on, let's hear one real quick. Like pretend I'm coming out of the tunnel. I'm on the New England Patriots and my number's getting called. I got to run through, out to the crowd.
Are you ready? This winter, get ready to open your hearts for a Gronk to remember. Number 87 on the field, number 69 in our hearts, Robert Gronkowski!
Did you okay, the fact that you guys didn't know this was going to happen today and you just that's so insane. I can't even understand what the group text is like. You guys are insane. I love it. And I love that Rob just said that you've been at it for a while. The success in that business does not happen easy. And I can tell Rob is so happy for you. Before I even met you or started, we started talking about doing this. And you're crushing it right now. I do want to ask you about, obviously we have American Sports Story, but November 23rd, a Lifetime original movie. It's called Christmas in the Spotlight. You're playing a professional football player who falls in love with a pop star. Gronk, let's start with you. How are you feeling about this?
Oh, man, when I saw this, I was a little disappointed in Laith that he's cheating on me. I thought he was only out there to play myself, and now he's playing Travis Kelce. But, I'm happy for Laith. He's getting a ton of opportunities out there. He's been practicing for quite some time now. I remember talking that, when you were my double at the FanDuel commercial last year as well, that you're just so close to getting that opportunity and you're about to boom. And it's just great to see you, expanding your roles and getting those opportunities and taking advantage of them as well, Laith. But you really got to do it with Travis Kelce. You're just cheating on me like that with my freaking opponent. What the heck? I mean, he's not technically my opponent. I love Travis Kelce, but in terms of, what's going on, it's kind of cheating on me with my opponent,
Gronk, I promise you, it didn't mean a thing. It was just, it was a one-time feature. It's not going to be a sequel or anything. I mean, you and me, we're stunt doubles for life.
All right, Laith, you're winning my heart back over. I believe you, man. But I got a question. Was it harder to play Travis or harder to play myself?
Oh, it was definitely harder to play you because technically I play Drew Gonville, who it's based on the story. So I get a little creative license, and you get to see a little more of me in there. But you were a tall task, my friend. Very tough.
A tall task. Are you ready, Laith, for, I mean, I'm not the off-brand Swiftie like vibe? Like you're going to be, I know it's not based on Taylor Swift, but like wink, wink, it is. Are you ready for that?
The Swifties, as lovely as they are, they can be ruthless. So I have to be prepared. Hopefully I do them justice. We'll see.
We're so happy. Laith, this was like tremendous. I cannot thank you enough.
Yeah, thank you guys for having me. I appreciate it.
The
This
fact
is
that
awesome.
Rob is now your stunt double in the next Kick of Destiny is my favorite thing. And that Rob would fully support that is like just tells you how great Gronk is.
I'm a team player like that.
I tell you what, I would run through a wall for this man, and I have. And I probably will again.
Yeah, yes, you're right.
Okay, my control room, Laith, everyone's in this earpiece saying, we need to hear the Gronk impression. We need to hear a Gronk impression. What do you got?
Hey, yo, let's go, baby. It's Robbie G.
I'm dead.
It's too good. It's too good. Laith Wallschleger, future star. I can't wait to see you on Dumois being
Wait, get out
spotted.
of here. We don't want you on the show.
No,
Yeah.
Laith, do you have a football take? Laith, do you have a team? Like, tell me, like, do you have, like, what's your football vibe? Like, do you have a team? Do you have a take you want to put out there?
You know what? I never had a team. I just rooted for my buddies who played, like Rob and all my other friends. But I tell you what, this guy, CJ Stroud.
Okay.
I got a heart for him, man.
Okay.
He's got a heart for the Lord, and I love that, man. I think he's got some great success coming for him.
It's beautifully said. They got a big one against the Colts this weekend. I love that. I love that you're rooting for your friends. I love everything about you, Laith. Honestly, you're amazing. I can't wait to see you on Dumois, like spotted. So he's going to be spotted with like every top model in the Victoria's Secret fashion show. It'll be great. We love it. Laith Wallschleger, congratulations on all the success. Gronk will stick around and we'll be back.
Thank you, guys.
It's unbelievable.
See you, buddy.
Bye, Laith.
Bye.
Congrats on everything.
Yeah. Mwah. Love you guys.
Thanks for being big time, so I have a job as number 2.
I mean, that CJ Stroud take, Gronk, he's gonna take your Fox job.
Yeah, he might take all my jobs.
I love that you were so surprised. That's so good.
I was surprised. You guys got me there. I was literally ready to come on and do my little gimmick thing, and then boom, there was Laith. And at first I thought it was me. And like you were just taking like a clip from something else, and I was like, wait a second, what's going on? And then I really realized it was Laith after like 2 seconds.
Yeah. But I don't get it. So did you meet? So here's what I want to understand, and we're on YouTube right now. When you met him, then you guys became friends. Then when you got a role in something, you were like, hey, why don't you come and stand in? You're the same size, whatever. Or did you?
No, we just became friends. I don't even really realize. Like I can't really recall like the exact time like when we became friends like that. I mean, it just happened over time. Just knowing his cousin. Dean, but with the roles of him being my stunt double or my stand-in, it actually happened because he was out there, going to all the rehearsals or what are those called that they go to?
For what though? For like a commercial?
Yeah, for commercials.
So he was a hired actor. Like he was hired to be.
He was a hired actor, and it happened to be, it just was a coincidental, situation where he was my stand-in for one of my commercials a couple years ago. And then like I showed up and he was there and it was like, whoa, what's up, man? He's like, yeah, I just didn't want to tell you. I got this part as you're standing. I was like, no way. And then from there, I was like, I'm going to recommend you every single time because it was just so much better having him on set and just knowing him.
That's amazing. I love that. And then you guys had your time at, I can't imagine, like the Grand or the Liberty Hotel or whatever in Boston back in those days was so crazy.
The Liberty Hotel,
Remember?
Wow.
Remember when that opened?
Wow.
It was like the coolest thing that ever happened in Boston.
Wow,
It was great.
You're going way back.
Way back.
Wow, that was the coolest thing in the city of Boston. That was like my rookie year.
Yeah, I'd like to hear more of those stories on Dudes on Dudes. How about that?
Yeah, we have a couple of them. We don't go, too much into detail, but that was funny. Laith carried me out. Yeah, I did get carried out a few times. Holy crap.
Yeah. Okay, we're gonna do the props here coming out of break.
All right, let's do it.
All right.
Is Harrison coming back on for it?
Who? Oh, Hamilton. Yeah, Hamilton's.
Hamilton.
Hamilton, you're gonna take it out of break. Or no, I am, I think. Yeah, well, he's coming back. You're coming back a little bit, I think. Let me look at the score here. No, it's not in here. Time for Prop a Shot with our favorite props heading into this Thursday night matchup. It's Vikings at Rams at SoFi. Hamilton, take me through the scoreboard.
All right, after last week's Broncos Saints game, Kay, you're still in the lead. It's 7-4 over Gronk. I heard there's a little something you want to say. What do you have, Kay?
They gave me things. Woo! Wait, they gave me another thing. Gronk, you gotta get better.
Season.
This is
7-4.
Gronk. This is exactly what you want. As soon as she takes a victory lap on something, it falls
Celebrating
apart.
too
So.
soon. Oh, wait till
Yeah.
I make a comeback. Oh, I'm gonna be at the Tampa Zoo on the next time when I come back. I'm gonna have all the animals behind me. The elephant with the tree trunk. Yeah.
All right, let's get the comeback start.
Don't be rubbing it in too much.
Let's get that comeback started right now, Gronk. First one's for you. Justin Jefferson's receiving line is 83.5 yards for this week. Does he go over or under that?
He goes over. You never doubt Justin Jefferson. He always comes through. He's the best receiver in the game. He goes over 83.5.
Okay.
All right, Kay, your turn. Kyren Williams' line is at 71.5 rushing yards. Is he going over that against this tough Vikings defense or under?
Oh, I don't know what to do. I liked Gronk's pick there. I think he's going to get that one. Gosh, Thursday nights are so weird. I'm going to smash the over because the Vikings defense... the Vikings defense, has been tough. But Kyren, he's doing that. He's done that for 4 games straight. Even though it's a short week and it'll be weebly-wobbly, I'm going to go over.
All right, Gronk, your turn. Matthew Stafford's line is 235.5 passing yards, over or under?
Hey, I just want to bring this up real quick. Kay, remember when I was messing with you and I told you that Juwan Jennings wasn't going to score and you picked him to score, so you switched it to George Kittle, and then George Kittle ended up scoring. So I screwed myself by trying to trick you that week.
I can't hear you.
Dang it.
I can't hear you.
Well, back to my pick. I'm going with Matthew Stafford going over 235.5 yards. It's Thursday night football. You know, I mean, Minnesota, they have a good defense, man. They're playing very well, but Thursday night football, always pick the over.
Yeah, and Cooper Kupp's supposed to be back too, so that'll help him out. Okay, your turn now. Sam Darnold, over or under 230.5 passing yards?
Oh man, are you hearing these trade rumors about Cooper Kupp and Matthew Stafford? Weird. I'm gonna hammer the over here. Rams defense, 29th in efficiency right now. That's a weird stat, but it's true. Darnold's gone over that in 2 of the last 3 weeks. I think it's a big night.
All right, Gronk, anytime touchdown scorer for the Vikings in this game?
Well, we already talked about him. I'm going to pick him, once again. I already picked him to go over 83.5 yards. Justin Jefferson, he never disappoints. He's going to score.
I like it. He's minus 120 to get in the end zone for that
This
one.
is like an NBA Jam, like Nintendo music. I like it. All right, what's my last one?
All right, you got an anytime touchdown scorer for the Rams tomorrow night.
Oh my gosh. I'm gonna now Gronk's in my head, Hammy. Gronk's in my head. I'm gonna go back to
pick Blake Corum.
What if it's Blake Corum at plus 460? Okay, no, I'm gonna eeny, meeny, miny, Kyren Williams.
He'll pay out.
Kyren has scored in 9 straight games. I think he makes
choice.
it. You're so competitive. Here's what I want to know. Why does your head go to the Tampa Zoo? Why? Like, where does your head go? Like, how did it get to an elephant? How?
Well, actually, if we really, dig into this, I actually have an animal named after myself, a rhinoceros, and it's named Gronkosaurus, and they named him after me after we won the Super Bowl. So I would go celebrate with my fellow friends over there that are named after me. That's how it came about.
I should have known that. I should have. Laith would have known. Hammy, Laith would have known to give us our props. Go ahead, Hammy.
All right, let's bring it up. To recap, Kay, you have Kyren Williams over 71.5 rushing yards, Sam Darnold over 230.5 passing yards, and a Kyren Williams anytime touchdown. Gronk, you have Justin Jefferson over 83.5 receiving yards, Matthew Stafford over 235.5 passing yards, and a Justin Jefferson anytime touchdown. The comeback's starting tomorrow night. I can feel it.
So you're saying the score is going to be 7-7 next week, Hamilton?
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 I can't disagree with Gronk.
FanDuel, we're all on the same team when it comes to FanDuel and hooking customers up. 30% profit boost token used on any wager for tomorrow night's Vikings-Rams game. Rob and I gave the props that we liked. Who do you like? You guys can parlay them, do whatever you want over at FanDuel Sportsbook. If you do that right now, you can boost your bet. Any bet that's minus 200 odds or longer for Thursday Night Football. It should be a good one between those Vikings and those Rams. All right, Rob, let's get into some real NFL news here because I'm looking at this trade. It shouldn't be allowed. DeAndre Hopkins wakes up. He's a Chief. It's in exchange for a 5th-round pick that could be a 4th. Now, I know you've seen Hopkins a lot throughout your career. How will they use him and what does he add to this offense?
You're right. It shouldn't be allowed, Kay. And I actually just learned about this trade literally 10 minutes ago when I was watching you in the A-Block and you and Hamilton were talking about it. I didn't see any news at all. So This is a surprise to me. So let me just think about it for a second. I think, like you said, it is unfair that the Chiefs, traded for him. They kind of needed a number one. A couple guys are out. And here's the thing, DeAndre Hopkins, hasn't been in the best situations on winning teams. But he's going to the Kansas City Chiefs. And the Kansas City Chiefs, especially with Coach Andy Reid, he knows how to utilize players in every which way and every aspect of the game. And that's what he's going to do with DeAndre Hopkins. I believe he's going to revive his career, and they're going to utilize him to his max potential. And the Kansas City Chiefs are going to be that much more dangerous now. And you're going to probably see him used in ways that he's never been used before, because that's what Patrick Mahomes can do, especially with Coach Andy Reid leading the way.
Well, you know what Mahomes and the Chiefs do? How does that skill set he has, which is kind of like that lob the ball up and I'll just go get it, how does that fit with, because have we seen, I guess outside of Kelsey, have we seen Mahomes have that kind of player?
A little bit, I mean, not like a player like, DeAndre Hopkins, but he had Tyreek Hill in his career. He had plenty of other good receivers, but DeAndre Hopkins, I mean, he's a guy that can get open, down the field, and also he's a great guy that can get open on the short, intermediate routes as well. So you're kind of bringing a full package receiver to the game with DeAndre Hopkins, and I would say Patrick Mahomes is probably licking his chops right now. There's no doubt about this, and it just makes the Chiefs that much better.
So the Rams, reportedly, they've called multiple teams about trading Cooper Kupp. I know we kind of just alluded to that, which I think, all these wide receivers are getting traded. So after seeing the Hopkins trade, is there a team that you think that Cooper Kupp should land with?
Well, if Cooper Kupp is going to get traded from the Los Angeles Rams, and that kind of, raises a question that McVay doesn't really believe, or that team doesn't, the Rams organization doesn't really believe they can win this year. Because if you can win this year, why would you get rid of Cooper Kupp, your best player, on the field, on the offensive side of the ball, best skill player? That doesn't make sense. So if they do ship him, they're kind of tanking this year. And if he does go somewhere, I don't really know where. It would be weird, kind of weird. I feel like he's going to stay with the Rams. This is just all talk.
I was hoping you'd pop on. Let me chew on this one for me. They're 1-4, right? So I think that's where they're okay. We're one. It's a weird NFC West for sure. Sorry, the Rams are 2-4. But I'm looking at the Bucks. I'm looking at your former team. Chris Godwin, who we know and love, he's dealing with an injury. We don't know with Mike Evans a couple weeks. I don't know. I would think Bucks potentially a fit for Cooper Kupp, or I would say maybe Commanders would be interesting.
I would say the Commanders are more likely of a team to trade for Cooper Kupp if he's actually available and on the market. The Commanders just put up, 40 points, versus the Panthers. That's the Panthers, but it doesn't matter. They're still an NFL team, an NFL defense, but it could just help Jaden Daniels out that much more. Steelers? Would you rather see him as a Commander or which would be I know, Steelers is good. I like the Steelers. I went to school in Pittsburgh my senior year in high school, so I know what it's like to be, part of that Steeler nation. I understand, what Pittsburgh, what the Steelers mean to the city of Pittsburgh. And if they got, Cooper Kupp, let me tell you, with Russell Wilson playing the way he did, throwing that ball up, lobbing it, up to make a catchable ball for his receivers to go make a play. I feel like that would, boost the Steelers. And I think it would be the best fit as well. You're right. The Steelers, if they can grab him, let me tell you, Steeler Nation would be going nuts.
I don't know that this is how it works, but it seems just simple to me that so the Chiefs make this big move, right? That's a huge move. They're adding somebody whose skill set is really going to fit this offense. It's going to take them where they needed to make it, right? They can't have Samaje Perine be the leading receiver. Like they needed to make it. How, if you're in the AFC, all you're trying to do is sink their paddle ship. Like how do we have to man up then? We have to, what do we do? So if you're the Steelers, you're like, yeah, we're looking good. We just took down the Jets on Sunday Night Football. Like we're rolling, our record's great. We're going to keep this going. And then I look at a team like the Ravens, like, what a counterpunch to that. I mean, Buffalo adds Amari Cooper. I think he'll get better and better. He's a number one. And then if you're the Ravens, like, isn't that just the counterpunch to the Chiefs to add and trade for a guy like Kupp? It might be.
You're talking the Ravens trading for Kupp? I think the Ravens offense is set. I think they have too many weapons. I would say going to the Steelers would make a lot more sense, but I don't think the Ravens would be wise to do that. I mean, you got Mark Andrews, Isaiah Likely, you got Flowers, and you got Derrick Henry. I mean, Derrick Henry barely touched the ball on Monday Night Football because they were already, doing so well with the offensive game plan that they had and already spreading the ball up, within the, skilled players. And Derrick Henry wasn't even part of it until like the second half, and they were dominating all over the field. So adding Cooper Kupp might be too many weapons, and that's such a thing to have too many weapons, because then players kind of start, getting disappointed they're not getting the ball and they've been there for a while.
I was going to say maybe they should trade for that tight end that you got, Rich Russo.
Oh, Rich Russo. I mean, I'm hearing about Rich Russo everywhere I go. And let me tell you, I sold it so well that people are trying to pick him up in fantasy.
That's not bad. That's good. You're just a good actor. Move over, Laith.
Thank you.
Gronk.
I'm like Laith. I'm the best actor out there.
There we go. All right, now let's get into one serious topic. We got to get into the Patriots.
All right.
Where would you like to start? They lose to the Jags. Mayo calls the team a soft football team across the board. Belichick's taken his pinata swings. Tom made his opinion known. What's your opinion?
Well, I didn't hear Tom's opinion. I saw Coach Belichick's opinion about it. I saw what Rob Mayo say, calling his team soft. But I kind of take it with a grain of salt. I feel like he was trying to light a fire underneath his team. And when he was saying that, I think he was speaking as a whole within the organization. I mean, you just don't call your team soft and then not include yourself. And I think that's what he was doing, was including the coaches and just the whole organization as a whole, because it starts at the very top. And they just need a spark. They need something. If that's, what Mayo sees that needed to be done, was saying that after the game. And let me tell you, they kind of were soft that game. I mean, they weren't running the ball, and on top of it, the Jaguars ran the ball 18 straight times at one point in the third and fourth quarter combined, and ran it right down their throat to end the game. So I feel like it was just to light a spark underneath the team, and you go down with the ship and you cruise with the ship. So I don't look too far into it with those comments.
It's a 1-6 team. Worse than I thought they'd be. I thought they'd be better than they are. But is this what's the lesson in this? Are we preaching patience? Are you surprised? I mean, this wasn't a team that was going to compete this year. I don't know why everyone's thinking different.
Exactly. This isn't a team that was never on schedule to compete. On top of it, too, talking about their, defense being soft, they also have so many injuries on the defensive side of the ball. I mean, in the safety department, on the defensive line, linebackers, just overall, that just does not help out either. Their run stoppers been out for a little bit as well. So to have that, I mean, it's a difficult situation for Coach Rob Mayo. And on top of it, they weren't favored in any games this whole entire season. So winning that first game off the bat was already a successful season, if you kind of look at it, if they were favored or not throughout the whole year. So and kind of set the expectations to win more games when they beat the Cincinnati Bengals as well. I mean, they might as well have lost that game as well, if you really think about it, because everyone got too excited right off the bat. But I feel like it's all about patience, and you got to see what they do, at the end of the season to, start gaining momentum, go into the offseason, spend that money, fix that offensive line, bring a number one in and, go from there and see how they keep progressing. You got to keep progressing.
I feel like Mayo, not that he was thrown to the wolves, but he's sort of like had a lot in his lap, in this transition, I sort of feel, I don't know if you feel different. I feel like about him what I feel about Jacoby Brissett. Like, it's a lot. My expectations are empathetic almost because it's a lot to deal with, and I think Mayo's in that situation. So I guess I'm asking, you're basically saying the team is soft, the defense is soft. He's not saying anything that's not true, but I guess should he say it? Is he the kind of person, knowing him, is he the kind of person who's going to stop making comments like that going forward, or is this just how Mayo is?
I would necessarily say that he's probably going to learn from this situation as well, because when you're a rookie, head coach, you're a young rookie head coach as well, you're definitely going to have many learning lessons. And I feel like that was one of them, because it's kind of a distraction as well, with what he said. Maybe he didn't know that it was going to be this much, that much talked about throughout the whole week. And then when it's talked about for this long throughout the whole week, it kind of starts taking from the team. It starts taking away from practice. It starts, taking away from the guys. And that's not what it's about. So I feel like, Coach Mayo is going to tone it down a little bit now after those comments and use it as a learning lesson.
If you Google him right now, it is not cool. It is hot seat. He's going to get fired. It's that, to me, that's the opposite of patience. Knowing Kraft the way that you know Kraft, knowing whatever that situation is with Mayo, like long-term outlook, there's no juice to that, right?
I don't think there's juice to that at all. You got to give him another opportunity next year, and then maybe possibly if it just progresses or keeps going forward, you got to read out the situation, whatever it is, but you got to give him another opportunity. You didn't hire him for no reason. Obviously, you see some special traits in Mayo. He knows the game of football very well, and the opportunity that he went into was not that great. Offensive side, defensive side of the football, it's all about what he does this offseason. It's all about, I would say as well, how his team does from here on out. Are they competitive?
Are they buying in?
Are they going to win a game or two? Are players turning on him? If he can keep that locker room going, then that says a lot, and that's what needs to happen as well.
I just want to, I think I'm not apologizing for him or anything. I just think with with what Coach said, respectfully, Coach had, you don't have Judon, you don't have Barmore. It's a different team. There's different equipment. So to compare it was I don't know. I didn't really get it. So I think you're right to keep an eye on it. They got the Jets. You hate the Jets. The Jets don't look great. They didn't look great against the Steelers. Is there a world? Look at this line. Is there a world that Pats upset the Jets?
Hey, Kay, remember, I don't hate the Jets. I always just played it up, okay? And now you're saying I hate the Jets after we came to agreement that I don't hate the Jets.
I'm sorry.
You kind of like that I hated the Jets.
I do. I like when you hate the Jets.
Dislike the Jets. Hate is a strong word. We dislike the Jets over here. All right, we can say that. Dislike the Jets. But
who wins?
I don't think there's a world where the Patriots win this game. The Jets, they got too much firepower. They got too much experience. And they already kind of dominated the Patriots on that Thursday night football game like no other a couple weeks back. So I just see the Jets, getting back on track. They need to get back on track. So I see them winning.
Rodgers dealing with a hamstring injury, Jets reporting right now.
Doing what?
I don't know. Addition to the knee.
Why does he have a hamstring injury?
Rodgers dealing with a hamstring injury right now, too. Not great. Okay, we're going to take a short break here. He's picking the Jets. I love that you're picking the Jets. We have two more things to ask you in the break before we let you go. Rob Gronkowski, the real Rob Gronkowski, is here. We'll be back in just a second. I got to ask you about National Tight Ends Day, okay? Because I'd love to know which, in honor of that, and it's Sunday, do you have any tight ends that you think are going to have big games? Give me a couple tight ends or at least one that you think will have a big game on Sunday.
All right. Well, this week, I don't know who I really like that's coming through. I don't even know what year he really is yet. It's Tucker Kraft on the Green Bay Packers.
Okay.
You saw his touchdown catch last week, how he dove for it and back of the end zone and got his knees in. That was really impressive what he did there. And he's coming on. He's coming on for Jordan Love.
I love.
Look at that stiff arm. He's a beast.
Ooh.
He runs hard. I really like him. I don't even know what year this guy is.
Second.
I don't even. He's a second-year player?
Yeah.
That's why I don't know much about him.
Yeah, he's second-year player, but I was just looking at it. So his stat, 9 catches for 134 yards, 3 touchdowns in his last 3 games. So that makes a lot of sense. Packers at Jags, as you're seeing, FanDuel Sportsbook, 4.5-point favorites. Love that. Now let's get to the real. Let's get to Danny last night. I didn't watch it, but I'm getting texts where I prepare. I mean, they literally apparently stole the show last night. If this was on FanDuel Sportsbook, I would say they're going to win this thing, Gronk. What is this?
I would say they're going to win this thing, too. Now, what is he? I didn't see it last night, but I always watch the replay at least on YouTube or something or wherever I can watch the replay.
Okay, the dance they did last week, yeah. I was seeing everywhere. It was viral. It was everywhere. And I guess this is what it says. It's a jazz Deadpool Wolverine-inspired dance routine set to end things bye, bye, bye. I mean, look at our boy Danny. Let's go.
Yeah, he looks good, and that's right up his alley, dressing up as Deadpool as well. I mean, Danny's a character, and he's always ready for the action, but, you can just tell he's more relaxed. He has the rhythm, he has the body, he has, the ability to handle, all the circumstances that are thrown at him. Yeah. He just needed to relax a little bit, and he looks a lot more relaxed week in and week out with the facial expressions. And Danny, he's a guy that's all in when he's doing something. So he's going to get better week in and week out, and you can tell with his improvements every time he steps out there on the dance floor.
I don't even know who else is in it. I don't know, but I think he's going to win this thing. I think football players have a knack for this, the hard work, the work ethic. I think he's going to win.
Can we bet on FanDuel or what? Is there,
it's a good question.
A side bet on the app or something?
Hey, Harrison. Hamilton.
Dancing with the Stars? Hamilton. Where can we bet Danny to win it all? Hamilton, you there?
I don't see any FanDuel odds
there should
on Danny
be.
Right now. Yeah,
there should be.
There absolutely should be.
All right, Rob, you're the best. Hope you loved Laith. We'll talk to you next week.
Yeah, that was a great surprise.
Woo!
Thank you, guys.
See you, dude.
Take care.
Right, let's do some. Bye. Take care. Great. Oh, that's so annoying. We're headed towards the halfway mark of the season, so we thought we could dive into some things that we're underreacting to. Usually we start the show with this, but I have very important things to say at the start of the show. So let's dig into Derrick Henry. Ha, 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 ha. Okay, there have been a lot of things to say and not say about Derrick Henry, the addition, but we are still underreacting to something, okay? And it is the fact that we are almost halfway through the year, and this is not hyperbole. I know myself. I know my flaws. I know I exaggerate. Everyone's my favorite. Everyone's the best. This is the best season a running back has ever had, okay? Ever. The King is now on pace to break Eric Dickerson's rushing record this season. 6.5 yards per carry breaks the all-time record set by the late Jim Brown back in 1963, tied by Mercury Morris a decade later. Derrick Henry's 24 touchdowns would tie Priest Holmes and John Riggins for the 6th most ever. Just a moment for him. Unbelievable. And I know he gets an extra game to get a shot at Dickerson. I'm sure Dickerson knows that. We all know that. But if he stays on the same pace he has been on for the last month, he hits it in 16 games anyway. What a dunk. What an absolute dunk. I know there's a ways to go. Feels sustainable to me, though. I feel like sometimes we wait too long to sort of take a step back and live in the moment and revel in the history as it's happening and swirling around us. Let's live in this Ravens moment. I want to make sure this is not happening with Derrick right now. And he's got Cleveland on Sunday in Cleveland. Used to be formidable, hard to play in Cleveland. Let's see what he does. They're 4-2. They look great. Unbelievable performance so far. We're living through history at the running back position. A little old school, love everything about it. Okay, next thing we're underreacting to. We need to talk about the NFL's leading passer, Geno Smith, okay? Not the numbers or the fact that he has the Seahawks in first place in the West. We're all underreacting to that. But how about he's doing it while facing an unbelievable amount of pressure? And you got to credit Richard Sherman for this and making our show think about it. So thanks, Sherman. Seattle wins on Sunday, and Sherm tweets, they never give Geno enough credit. He's under the most duress all game and looks like a surgeon when kept clean. And you see it. If you watch the games, you see it. He's got the kitchen sink thrown at him, and he keeps making plays. But the tweet made us, and by us I mean Hamilton, really dive into the numbers, and it's a lot wilder than we thought. Geno's faced the most quick pressures of any quarterback in the league. He's got the shortest time to pressure, the 4th quickest time to sack, and yet he's still leading the NFL in passing. Now, we love Geno. I've always been impressed by his toughness, mentally and physically, his ability to stay in the pocket. And, going back to what he faced, and some of those Jets O-lines, it was brutal. It was a death sentence. But it's one thing to hang tough. A lot of guys do that. It is another to thrive in the face of the pressure. I love this about him. So hopefully, Ryan Grubb, their OC, they can start cleaning things up for him. I don't love that this is the situation. And I think, obviously having a healthy Kenneth Walker is only going to help this. But, starting tackle Abe Lucas should make his return as well. We love to see that. You don't want to see Geno have to deal with the kitchen sink. But what a like galvanizing thing knowing, okay, he's got us, even if it's bad. He's got us in these situations. And they got tests this weekend against the Bills and Sean McDermott's aggressive defense. So they might not have DK Metcalf. Hope he's doing well. He deserves a lot of credit. Do we have another one we were trying to get out there? Let's do it. So we are underreacting. Last one quickly. Commanders kicker Austin Seibert, what he's done this year is crazy. Released by the Jets in the preseason. So Seibert is cut, I think, like 6 times. Sixth time that Austin Seibert's been cut in his career. He signs with Washington mid-season, not mid-season, but early season, week 2. They move on from kicker Cade York, and he's done nothing but somehow fit and dominate. Seibert's hit an NFL best 19 of 20 field goal attempts, all 19 of his extra points. He's leading the entire league with 76 points scored so far this season. We love this, and he's done it in fewer games than everybody else because he wasn't even on the team when the year started. Week 2, like I said, so 76 points breaks Mark Mosley's 41-year-old franchise record. That's pretty cool, too, for those of you who are diehard Commanders fans. And that's most points through 7 weeks of a season ever. And it's really significant because Mosley was the first and only kicker in NFL history to win MVP. That's right. There is a kicker who has won MVP, and Austin Seibert is breaking his records. Unbelievable story. Adam Peters, unbelievable for getting him and helping transform this Commanders roster. So Seibert, we are fans. We see you. Go Commanders. Kevin Durant on the show this week. We'll be back.